Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing week. Currently it is Wednesday and let's get right into the charts for Bitcoin, as Bitcoin right now on the daily is remaining in this very strong uptrend. As you can see right here, we are basically just creating lower highs and higher highs. You can see right here Bitcoin is steadily climbing right now without breaking structure, which is very bullish for the market right now. Also because the stock market has just put in a new all-time high today. You can see the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq has just put in a new all-time high, which is making Bitcoin follow them. As you can see on the daily time frame, the RSI momentum is not yet even hitting that 70 line, which it does not even signal that we are currently even overbought on the daily. As you can see right now, like we were right here at the first all-time high touch that we got at 112k. Basically we were very overbought right here. You can see the RSI was above that line, and right now at this pump the RSI line has not even reached that 70 line, currently sitting at 62 basically, which is what is giving me more hope for a potential continuation to the upside still. Also on the weekly time frame it actually looks really nice. You can see with this candle structure right here basically, and the RSI momentum not being overbought yet like we were back in December 2024 when Bitcoin hit 100k for the first time. Basically you can see on the weekly time frame the RSI was very overbought, and right now on this time we're sitting at 65, not yet in that overbought zone. So this in my opinion has still a potential for 1, 2 or 3, even maybe 4 bullish candles continuation basically until the middle of September or the beginning of October. Then we might get some kind of a pullback basically. So something like this I am expecting, and then at the beginning of Q4 we get a small pullback, potentially test this high again, and then Q4 we start running all the way up to potentially create even higher all-time highs and touch my last yearly target for right now, which would be that yearly pivot resistance tree, which is sitting at 150,000. As you can see basically a very bullish target, but it also very possible target in my opinion for Bitcoin, which is only 23.5% away from the current price. Basically this is what I am expecting for this year. We might hit it, we might not hit it, nobody knows, but it is there, and this is my final price target for the 2025 year. We might get this 150k maybe even in 2026, but there are still 4 or 5 months until the end of the year basically. So I am still hoping that we reach this target by the end of the year. Right now for Ethereum slowly climbing to that R3 weekly pivot resistance, basically the final one, which is sitting at 4,876, which I think is actually, if we look at the monthly for basically the all-time high for Ethereum from back in 2021, which would be very bullish. Now you can see we are a bit overbought on the 4-hourly momentum on the RSI. Also on the daily we are above that 70 line. We're currently sitting at 75, you can see. So we might get some kind of a pullback like the one we got here. So maybe we hit that target. Oops, not that much for a pullback. Maybe we hit that target and we get a small retracement potentially to 4,500, and then we start running up again to newer all-time highs, basically above 5,000 for it would be absolutely amazing in my opinion. Solana, as you can see, finally broke through that value area high today, and I think we did get a daily candle close above that area basically, and we also did hit that weekly pivot R3, which is sitting at 201. We basically got all the way up to almost 205, or we did hit $205.06 for Solana, which is very nice. Solana starting to finally gain momentum, And as I have told you, once we break out of the value area high of this range right here, which has been acting as very, very strong resistance before 3 times. Right now we did close a candle, so we want to see a potential retest and then continuation to those highs right here, which would take us to 270 to almost 300, which would be I think above 300 would be a new all-time high for Solana. Yeah, we did top out before on 295, so basically 300 for Solana in my opinion is very, very possible with the strong momentum right now. SUI right now rejecting from this small consolidation range right here from the value area high, which is at $4.06 basically, you can see. And in my opinion, if we pump more, we might reach that value area high, which would take us another 30 cents basically to the upside, which would be 9.73% move to the upside basically. And this is where I am expecting price to potentially struggle a little bit. But if SUI manages to close a candle like Solana did, basically above 10, $5-6 for SUI, maybe even 10, if we are lucky, then it is very, very possible that we can reach that price target very easily once SUI breaks out of that range. Hype right now still looking very nice on the daily. We are hitting still that R1. You can see the weekly pivot resistance after bouncing from the weekly pivot. Basically hype right now, my target still remains that R3, basically $51. We might hit it, or we might just settle down for this high right here, which would be 47.86 basically. 47 is still pretty decent pump from the current price. That would be almost 5% move to the upside for hype. I'm still bullish on hype, as you can see, since on the weekly momentum on hype has been very, very strong. And also, as you know, hype is an DEX, basically decentralized exchange, which is being used by millions of people. So their token hype, I think it will continue to grow, maybe even in the future hitting 100 USDT basically. This is my outlook for hype. For XRP, we are still above that range, currently also above the weekly pivot. You can see right here trading at $3.26, struggling to break out of this first weekly pivot resistance at 3.34. So we want to see XRP potentially bounce back to that weekly pivot and then break these highs right here to potentially target the old double top that we made right here. You can see at $3.64 for XRP. And the final target for XRP for me this year would be at around 4.50 or maybe even $5 if the momentum continues to be this strong as it is right now. With Bitcoin dominance falling right now, very, very good. We want to see Bitcoin dominance continue to fall in order for the altcoins to continue pumping like they are pumping right now. So this is what we absolutely want to see from the Bitcoin dominance in order for the altcoins to pump. We also want to see a continuation in the stock market. As you know, the stock market basically tends to be up only for a month. So right now, if from here we have been up from April only, when we made that bottom right here, we have been up for 5 months right now. If you don't count April, we are up for 4 months. And as you can see, the stock market tends to continue higher for basically 10 to 12, basically over a year. We can see the stock market go up basically until the end of the year, or maybe even at the beginning of next year. And as I have told you previous, if the stock market continues to rally higher, and so will Bitcoin, and also the institutions, Bitcoin ETFs, they are still buying. They are also buying Ethereum, which is also very, very bullish for it. You can see today we got 523 million basically ETF inflows for it. So this is very, very bullish for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Also, we want to see, as I said, that continuation in the stock market for further upside in Bitcoin and the altcoins. And so yes, guys, that would be it for today's update video. I hope you liked it, subscribe for the channel, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.